Hello and welcome to another episode of the TechConnect podcast. I'm your host Tawhida Ali, and today we'll be discussing about the mobile money dominance battle. I'll let my co-host introduce herself first.
Hello guys, my name is Caroline Wavinya.
So Caro, have you ever sat and wondered how life would be if right now we didn't have mobile money services, digital wallets? Like, have you ever sat ukafikiria, like, assume saa ingekuwa hatuna Safaricom, hatuna these digital banks, how would it have been?
I think life would be quite tough. Ukiangalia like them days, back in the days, I think people used to send money in a poster, something like that.
Yeah.
You go and take that check from poster and probably give them money. I don't really know how it worked, but
Gen Zs.
I don't really know how it worked, but it seems
hard
to be like people really had like hard times sending money, receiving money, or even saving their money.
Yeah, and right now I think the competition is between Safaricom, which provides for us like mobile money services, banks, and Fintech apps.
But I feel like this battle is no longer about the banks or the people who offer services. So right now, Fintech startups zimekuwa mingi,
yeah,
and they are all fighting. Is of fintechs, the banks, the telecom companies, they are all fighting, and it's not about the money. They are fighting to become that one online mobile app which the customers can access freely, which the customers and the consumers can trust. Because at the end of the day, for all this to work, you have to have the trust of the people.
Yeah, that's so true actually. Ukiangalia, like, for example, Safaricom with M-Pesa, you are able to send money, receive money, and store money just normally. I don't even need to have like data, or like it's more efficient. Like, it's more efficient. You can send money to any person at any time, receive money at any time, save money. Like, see kama I imagine, I usually wonder a lot, like nasema say imagine ningekuwa tuko hiyo time hizo za wazee wetu, like how would it have been? Right now I am broke, I want money from my mom, so I have to like, how am I supposed to even communicate to her, tell her I don't have money, and then for her to reply, it's kind of a long process. But thank God right now telecom companies like Safaricom came in and kind of umetuokoa.
Yeah, and I feel like when you talk about M-Pesa, I feel like M-Pesa has won the hearts of many compared to the banks and the fintech.
Yeah.
And a lot of people right now, probably a lot of people are, a few people are trying to catch up with the fintechs, because like you can send money across borders and stuff. But generally, when you look at Kenya, M-Pesa has won. I feel like it is winning the race.
Yeah.
Because to them, it's no longer about the payment system. It's about like, it's becoming the main financial infrastructure. Because right now, I feel like most of the businesses and most of the things, the transactions are made through M-Pesa.
Yeah.
See Pochi, see...
You should say everywhere in Kenya, we are used to M-Pesa. Like, it's right now, I'm very sure 7 out of 10 people are working with cash. Like, there are less people working with cash.
That's why you're seeing banks like KCB, who connect KCB M-Pesa.
Oh, that's
because
nice.
Like, the banks are trying to catch up with the nini. So it's no longer about ile kitambo thing ulikuwa unapata kuna competition ya Equity, KCB, Corp, wana compete. Sisi tuko na branches ngapi, sisi tuko places.
The talk now is different. The talk is about digital money services. Yeah,
true.
And as you can see right now, most of the banks are like trying to like put up with the digital money services. Ukiangalia say most of the banks are offering the digital apps, instant transfers, and digital loans. Kama a good example is Loop NCBA. You say right now, since I don't need to have like an NCBA bank account for me to have a Loop account, which means I can just save my money there, send my money there, like everything. I can do everything digitally.
But as much as these banks and these fintech companies are trying to keep up with
the pace,
with the pace, I feel like the agents for M-Pesa are still beating it, because at the same time right now say kama niko na cash siwezi sema anaenda kwa agent ama kwa Loop waniwekee hiyo pesa kwa
simu. That's so true. And honestly,
if I need to deposit my money and if I need to withdraw my money, I don't know if like hakuna agents wengi wa hizo digital services zenye the banks are giving. There are not many compared to M-Pesa.
That's so
because
true.
Right now if I need to withdraw money, I'm very very sure nikishuka hapa chini tu hivi kwa hii building ndapatana na very many M-Pesa agents. Like every business ni kama wako na M-Pesa agent there. So as much as they are trying to keep up with the pace, pia they should look at the e-perspective. Are we readily available everywhere for every person who is using our services?
But adding to what you said, I also feel like at the same time the banks are still working with Safaricom. Ask me how. Right now when you go open a bank account, kuna venye sometimes utambua kuna a mobile bank account that you can open. And for you to transact money from your bank account, you'll still use M-Pesa at some point. So they're still working together somehow. Safaricom is just there, whether we like it or not. And I also feel like Safaricom has won the heart of many because of maybe the trust that it's built over the years. And also like right now, I feel it's very efficient. Because sasa right now tuseme niko kwa mat nataka kulipa, I just go to my M-Pesa, Safaricom, I just pay directly. Compared to okay, I can have a digital banking app, but sasa for that maybe others you need to have data for it to work. It's just a long process,
And another thing, I really don't need data. I really don't need to have a smartphone
to access Safaricom.
To access like M-Pesa.
Yeah, that's so
true. With my button phone, I'm very able to access M-Pesa services. May it be M-Shwari, may it be ZD, may it be what. I can access it everywhere. And that's one thing that's actually making like M-Pesa be on top of the game of all this, because Sahi, if I need to access Loop, Jamini niko na Katululu, how am I going to access Loop with Nini? So they should really work, because at the end of the day, as much as right now a lot of people have acquired smartphone, there is that percentage which doesn't have smartphone.
So they have to make sure the inclusion is just everywhere. We can also talk about the rise of fintechs. We see that kuna a lot of fintechs that they are making people to have cross-border payments, digital lending, merchant solutions. They're offering much more than the traditional banking systems. Because ukiangalia kama kitambo, for example, if I want to get a loan from a bank, maybe I'll need to go to the bank, sijui sign makaratasi, sijui go with this document, go with that document, But right now, I can ask for a loan from my phone directly. I don't need to be at the bank physically. I don't need documents. I don't need to do signatures. Maybe sometimes what I need is your verification number, your ID number, your phone number, maybe, and someone, a guardian, something like that.
Guarantor, something.
So it's not like kitambo, and I feel like a lot of people are also adapting to that because of it. Who wants right now sasa mimi nitoke sasa ati nasema naenda town nikatafute bank nichukue loan. It's such a long process and tiresome.
That's actually I feel like their strength, it's they are very simple to onboard. They have lower fee. You take for example like Loop, how much the transaction cost which you use to send money using Loop to me, and the one you use kwa M-Pesa to send money to me.
Yeah, that's an advantage.
Lower.
Yeah.
It's lower, and that's a strength. Because another thing about the banks, like take an example, Kitambo. You used to find that I used to see like someone come from tuseme Makueni to Machakos to go and access a KCB bank.
Wow.
A KCB bank, because they don't have KCB agents kwa mtaa kitu kama hiyo. But right now with I saw that nini for Wapi Pay.
Yeah.
Those are things which you can transfer money at the comfort of your home.
Because at the same time, it's most of the fintechs are dealing with the cross-border payment.
Yeah.
So right now, I can send money to someone who is in Tanzania, to someone who is in Uganda.
Yeah.
I don't see. Kama sasa assume we didn't have that. We didn't have M-Pesa. By the way, let me ask. So if kitambo in Kenya, when I want to send money to you, let's say uko Nairobi, mimi niko Mombasa, I need to use a poster. So what about to another country? What did they use? Because I'm actually curious. What were they using?
I don't know. Maybe they never used to send money.
Because what? Just imagine.
But if there were banks, I think they were using those banks probably to make the transaction. But I feel like the take of this thing is like the main competitor of M-Pesa. Hata si Airtel Money, si T-Cash ya Telcom. It's not another Telcom. It's probably another fintech
or a startup,
which is hata sahi maybe haijakuwa founded, which is probably itakuwa founded in the next 10 years, which will be their biggest competitor.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, may the one who wins the trust win, because at the end of the day it's all about the trust, because you might be having great services but people don't trust you, so it a flop too at the end of the day.
Do you think banks are becoming relevant right now? Because at some point I feel like not everyone right now needs a bank account.
I don't think they're becoming relevant. They're just becoming sort of irrelevant, because...
But the traditional banking, that is.
Yeah, it's becoming sort of irrelevant. Because when sahi, if you're like... Kama kuna bank, haijago the digital way, I feel like people watatoka ku bank with them.
Yeah.
Because at the end of the day, I don't need to be visiting you guys to make transactions. I need an app which I can transact all through, and I need a reliable financial service from you guys. Because when you look at the younger generation and the younger customers, they rarely visit banks.
From us Gen Zs kwanza. Sorry, I'm sure tukianza ulizana how many of us young people have bank accounts. They're less.
This is because a lot of people just need to open their accounts online, transfer money digitally.
Yeah.
If it's borrowing, you borrow digitally, and even save digitally. I don't need to take my money to go and deposit it like in the physical bank.
Adding to what you said, I feel like also, you see, right now, since most of the banks have the digital transaction methods, like the cost is not much compared to traditional.
Yeah.
Because ukiangalia cost, let's say nitoe pesa yangu from Loop to my M-Pesa, maybe it will other much again, let's say 50 bob ni charge ka pesa ni mingi. But going to the physical bank, to the branch itself, ukaenda uka withdraw. You can withdraw maybe just 2,000, ukatwe more than 500.
Yeah.
So it's kind of ni hasara pia for the people who are banking.
Yeah, plus pia the paperwork, the waiting, you have to verify, you have to make queues in the bank for you to probably access the ATM and withdraw. That's quite a lot of work. Yeah. Because at the end of the day, the digital financing in our promise instant approval, instant payments, and instant
transactions. Yeah. And also the fact that most of the people here are owning smartphones, it also makes it easier for banks to like dwell much into that. See, kama ingekuwa, let's say if these things were introduced back then when people were just using the katululus, it will be hard for people to access services. But the fact that right most of the people have smartphones, they have knowledge of how to use the smartphones, and sometimes when they come up with such apps, especially banks, they do like they teach the people, this is how you use our services, this is how you do this is how, at least people are becoming more aware and how to use it.
But I feel like people are comparing the apps of those fintechs, some of the banks, the same way we compare social media apps. If your app is slow, it's confusing, and you can't work with it like offline, you switch.
Yeah.
Because at the end of the day, convenience, it's what matters the most.
Yeah, because you wouldn't want to go somewhere, let's say you need to make a payment, and then everything is just not working.
Yeah, but on the other side, do you still think that banks matter?
Yeah. I don't feel like they should just disappear, or like just at some point they're still relevant.
Yeah.
It's just that they need to be more like on the digital side. Yeah. But actually right now I feel like most of the banks in Kenya are doing a great job turning their banks to digital services, giving an opportunity for people.
Yeah, because when you look at things like getting huge loans, you still need to go and get that from a bank.
Yeah.
Because at the end of the day, see, they do those things of assessing the risk, the financial history.
Because kuna venye saisi enda kwa hizi just apps on the phone, hizi za loan niitishe let's say 200k na wanipe
like a million, something like that.
They can't.
Yeah. But
I think it's also because of fraud. So I think sometimes banks are still relevant, because at some point hiyo inaipusha hiyo story ya fraud, because wajua kuna watu they usually use those apps za loan, wanachukua loan wanapotea hivyo.
Yeah, it's like I saw someone say they usually wanna register new lines after taking Fuliza. Akishachukua Fuliza anarusha hiyo, anasahau alichukua. But I don't think banks will disappear, but I feel like they'll disappear only if they keep on behaving as the traditional banks instead of evolving technology companies.
Because it's really important for banks to like be more like into digital money services, because wakisema ati tunaachia fintechs, tunaachia like Safaricom, no, they need to also like play a part in the digital money services.
But most of them are following up with
the right path.
Yeah. Okay, so we also talk about the fintech startups versus the big corporate, and I'd like to ask you a question. Between those two, who do you think is innovating faster than the other?
On my side, I feel like fintech. Because ukiangalia, when these startups come up with something, they usually like experiment quickly. Like even the technology they come up with, it's not something that's too maybe hard for people to understand, and like it's so easy to adapt to them compared to the big corporations.
Yeah, because I don't think startups need that much of launch for them to exist, because and another thing, they are working faster because they don't need a lot of managing. They need less bureaucracy, and approval processes zao pia ziko kidogo, because for you when ulikuwa na open that tuseme hiyo to do, did you need a lot of tuseme documents?
I think I just need my ID, that's all.
It's your ID and your kapicha kadogo, and you were good to go and start investing there, saving there.
So I think that a challenge might come, nowadays we have fraudsters, scammers. So utapata labda especially for the apps, uko na app, let's say a startup app ya digital money services. Wewe, you know this app is called so and so, and then you go to the Play Store, apps ziko mbili. And sasa you don't know which is which, because sometimes sasa you become like, which is the real one?
And sometimes you find that hizo logos zinafanana,
so it becomes so difficult. So I don't know how can startups work on this, but I think they should also like work on that, because people get scammed huko nje.
But one thing I'm loving about them is the fact that they are not even trying to serve everyone. They are trying to solve the problems which are like they are trying to focus on the challenges which people save, like sending money internationally, SME, lending, digital investing, and zile merchant investing, things like this. Because at the end of the day, if you focus on kitu yenye imekuwa kawaida, you will not be adding any advantage.
And actually, pia utaona some of them usually partner with big corporations, some of these startups, to like enhance innovation and pia reach a wider audience.
Like that's one which was offering like loans to finance the ROM bikes, something like that.
Moving forward, do you think Africans are choosing cashless payments, or are they being pushed towards them?
I think they are choosing it. It's not out of force or anything. It's about their convenience. Because at times, maybe if we didn't have like the option to transact using M-Pesa, and probably you carried less cash going to a certain place, who will that inconvenience? It's you. But when you're having money right in your mobile banking app, you are sure wherever you go, you can do anything. You can transact, you can send money, you can just do anything.
I actually recently wrote an article about I think MTN Uganda, they had introduced these wristbands, the digital wristband, for students. They can just scan and pay. It's also like moving cashless, which is actually nice.
Because I also saw, I don't know which schools in Kenya, they have these like to ATMs where my students, if they need to buy anything from the canteens, you go and swipe your card and you can.
And actually I think that is really nice, especially for schools, because ukiangalia labda maybe during our time ilikuwa ni uende school na pesa, mara utapata mtu pesa yake imeibiwa, mara imepotea. So I think that's really going to help.
They actually came kitambo, but zina save hiyo nini. Actually for people who are in same boarding schools and stuff, keeping money safe, it's risky. It's very risky, because at times you might misplace that note. At times inaweza tu anguka ama ibiwe. So it's a very good way and a very digital safe way to go. Actually adding on that, as you said, it's very risky. Pesa izapotea usijue umekapi. As I assume niko na a lot of money na misplace, and I have a card that has money. Hata misplace your card, there is a way that I can just reach out to the bank services or to the whoever is concerned. I can get help. But for cash, maybe even ndo zimeenda kuenda. And also we can see like benefits za kwenda cashless, faster transaction, pia wizi, as we said. At some point pia I feel like there is a disadvantage, not a disadvantage, but a challenge that needs to be tackled, digital exclusion. Ukiangalia, as much as a lot of people have smartphones, have internet connection, they know much about the digital services and everything, kuna people in the rural who lack internet, who lack smartphones, wenye pia they are not much aware of how to use the technology. So the fintechs, kama ni banks, they also need to like reach out to them to teach them ama come up with something that is going to be efficient for them, ndo wasikwe left out. But the reality is innovations actually follow patterns, because the startups, they can start that idea, but you see like everyone copies some things at some point.
Yeah.
The big companies, they observe the success stories of that idea, and whether they copy or they acquire or partner with those startups, you will find that those innovation will reach like millions through the established platforms, and the cycle will continue repeating itself. You start, I copy, or I partner with you, and the innovation continues.
Yeah. Another challenge, I think it can be infrastructure. Kama utapata sahi labda siku tu Kenya Power imeamua kuna stima, and then maybe your money iko kwa your digital wallet and you can't access it without let's say kama data ama simu imezima, sasa hakuna stima.
Yeah.
So it's kind of difficult, but I just feel like as Africa we are ready to move with this technology, digital money services and fintechs and startups. Like we are actually moving at the right direction.
Yeah. And another thing, this fintech is not really about the apps or the payment methods. It's about who will win the customer's relationship and the trust.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And at the end of the day, Pia, it's as long as it's benefiting everyone and helping everyone, it's all is good.
Yeah, but you know, the winner might not necessarily be the big companies.
Yeah.
But it will be the companies which combine the innovations, the trust, affordability, and accessibility to provide, like to meet everyday's financial needs of the consumers.
And let me ask you a question. In like, let's say in the next 10 years, do you think we'll still have banks? Like,
yeah, I feel like they still be.
Do you think, okay, do you think we'll still have, we will be completely cashless, like tutakuwa ni everything digital, ama bado kutakuwa kuna watu wanatumia cash in the next 10 years?
Some people will still use cash. They will, because I don't know, but I feel like people will still be using cash.
What about you?
At some point, yeah.
Honestly, on my side, I think nowadays I don't even like working with cash.
But we'll just wait and see where the race takes us to.
Yeah. And that brings us to the end of the mobile money dominance battle. And I hope you guys are going to enjoy this episode. I was your host, Tauhida Ali.
And I'm Caroline Wavinya. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe, and comment. And tune in for the next episode.
See you on the next episode.